Week 4 of the NBA season is already here, and if you have not been staying active, your league is passing you by every single day. Today, I've got 7 sleepers that you need to add right now before the rest of your league starts to catch on. These aren't just big names, these are players who can elevate your team's floor and win your matchups before the weekend even hits. Welcome back to The Corner, your #1 destination for everything fantasy basketball related. Every single week, I break down the waiver gems, trade targets, and under the radar players that give you the edge your league doesn't have. So if you're tired of getting your sleepers a week too late, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's make sure you stay active and one step ahead of everyone else in your league. Now let's get into the list. And to kick off this list today, we're going to focus on 2 shallow league ads that should be on every single roster. And if they are not already, we may have a problem. First up, we have AJ Mitchell. Mitchell has quietly been one of the best players on the Oklahoma City Thunder to start off the season. I've held off on talking about him so far for the first couple of weeks because I wanted to see how the rotation would play out once Jalen Williams came back from his injury, and some other key role players that were also starting to join the rotation. But with Williams still sidelined and there's absolutely no clear timetable for when he should be coming back, it looks like AJ Mitchell has officially carved out a real spot in this rotation moving forward. He has been the absolute heartbeat for the bench unit, providing energy, shot making, and steady decision making whenever the starters are on the bench. If you've watched any of the OKC games lately, you can see how comfortable he looks running that second unit, and that confidence is translating directly into real fantasy value. Now here's the nuance behind this decision. Mitchell is a great pickup for just about every single league right now, but if you're in a shallow league, I'll still treat this one decision carefully. The Thunder only have 3 games this week, and so his ceiling is a bit capped compared to the other names on this list, as they all have 4 games. That being said, if you're looking for an immediate spark or someone who can give you efficient minutes with points, assists, and solid percentages, Mitchell should absolutely be on your radar. Once the Thunder schedule evens out, this is a player who could stick long-term on your roster and not just be a streamer. All right, so let's move on to number 2, another sleeper who could quietly win you your week this week. And let's talk about Jeremy Grant, because this one to me honestly makes absolutely no sense. Last year, he's one of the best forwards in fantasy basketball, but right now he's rostered in only 58% of ESPN leagues. And for a player this explosive, that's just way too low. Now, this pickup is mainly for shallow leagues. In deeper leagues, he should already be gone. And if he's not already grabbed on a roster, you should pause this video right now and go grab him, because your league is sleeping at the wheel, and that is a huge problem. Trust me, I get it. People are hesitant because of Denny's breakout this year, but let's be clear, because this is a huge overreaction. Jeremy Grant is not washed. He's actually thriving in his new role off the bench in Portland. His 68% true shooting percentage right now is well above his career average, and it's not luck, it's just pure efficiency. By not being the primary scorer anymore in Portland, he's getting cleaner looks and converting them at an elite rate this year. You're not drafting him for his defense because it's honestly just not there, but if you need points, threes, and strong percentages, Jeremy Grant is a must-add waiver before everyone else starts to wake up to this opportunity. Now getting into the deeper leagues where the sleepers are pivotal to you to win your matchups. Next, we have Dillon Brooks. This is a situation that you need to act fast on right now. With Jalen Green re-aggravating his hamstring, he's expected to miss the next 1 to 2 months, which could be longer, which suddenly opens up the door for guys like Colin Gillespie, Grayson Allen, and Brooks to see a big boost in their usage. Brooks just returned from his own 2-week absence due to a groin injury that he sustained to start off the season, and he wasted no time back making an impact. He dropped 16 points in his first game back with strong efficiency, and on a Suns team that's still searching for consistent scoring outside their stars, Brooks fits perfectly as a plug-and-play scoring option. As of right now, he's only rostered in just about 22% of ESPN leagues, which is way too low given the opportunity in front of him right now. So do not overthink this one. If he is available on your league, you need to go add him right now from the waiver wire. Go grab him now. He's a short-term ad, but can end up being a long-term potential ad from the Suns if Green does not come back from the hamstring injury. Next up, we have Moussa Diabate. And for week 3, I was 100% out on any of the Hornets, but this week, the Hornets are a major play. So I think it's really important that we talk about Moussa Diabate because he is getting completely overshadowed right now. Everyone's talking about Ryan Kalkbrenner, and honestly for good reason, but quietly, Musa has been really good for the Hornets. He started off the season a little slow and he lost some minutes early to the rookie, but in the 18 to 20 minutes he's been getting every single night, he has been dominant in his role on both ends of the floor. Now this week's schedule is not the easiest. 2 games against the Bucks and 1 versus the Thunder, so the matchups are going to be tough for him. But even with that, I'm still targeting Diabate throughout this week. His energy, his rebounding, and efficiency make him one of the most sneaky contributors who can quietly swing a matchup if you give him the chance. He's not a flashy pickup option, but he is consistent, and that's what wins you categories when the schedule gets tough. Keep him on your radar this week. Musa could be one of those under the radar players who pays off big later in the week. Next, we have Jeremiah Fears, and this is not the first time I have talked about him so far this year. Each time I think about Jeremiah Fears, the opportunities in New Orleans are just immense. And this is the kind of opportunity that every single rookie dreams about when they enter the league. The Pelicans have been wrecked by injuries to start off the season, and Fears is walking right into a chance to showcase what he can do. And so far, he's been making the most of it. With Jordan Poole sidelined for at least the next week, New Orleans is going to lean heavily on Fears for shot creation and scoring off the dribble. He is aggressive and he is confident and he's not afraid to take big shots. This is exactly what you want in a fantasy streamer with upside. This is going to be my top priority for all the ads this week. If he is somehow available sitting on your waiver wire, do not wait until the weekend to make your move. Fears has the perfect mix of volume and opportunity to deliver strong scoring and efficiency in multiple categories right now. And we are going to stick with the Pelicans on this next one, and honestly I don't do this often, but I'm going to double down here. And yeah, I know there's going to be a lot of risk involved when it comes to this decision, but the opportunity in New Orleans is just too big right now. With Zion sideline and Jordan Poole still sitting out as well, someone has to step up to fill that scoring void, and I think that is going to be Saddiq Bey. Bey this season has already shown flashes when giving volume, and this week he's got the green light to play a bigger role next to Trey Murphy. The Pelicans are desperate for consistent offense, and Bey has the skill set to deliver on that need. He has strong shooting, rebounding, and the confidence to take 15 plus shots at night if he is rolling. He is currently rostered in only 3% of ESPN leagues, which is way too low given how wide open the door is right now in New Orleans. In deeper leagues, I believe that Saddiq Bey is a must-add addition to every roster right now, and even in shallower formats, he's worth grabbing before the breakout happens if you have the roster space. I actually mentioned him in last week's video. He is one of my players primed for a week 4 breakout, so if you have not watched that video, I do recommend you to go watch that as well. There are a lot of gems in that video that I think will help out your team tremendously this week. Bottom line is, with Fears and Bey both getting expanded roles this week, the Pelicans are basically a gold mine of short-term fantasy value right now, so I would not wait on this one. These two could quietly win you your matchup this week. Now for the final player on this list, we have Josh Okogie. Now this is the second time I am bringing him up, and it's for good reason. It still blows my mind that he's only rostered in about 1% of ESPN leagues. That number is criminally low for a player who's been this important for the Rockets' success this season. Okogie has quietly become one of the anchors for this team. He is the guy who does all the little things that don't always show up on the box score, but they do translate directly to wins. His defensive intensity, his hustle, and rebounding have kept him locked into a major role for the Rockets, and that is not going to go away anytime soon. Yeah, he did struggle tonight on Sunday, there's no question about it, but I'm not letting one off night scare me for one of the most consistent contributors on one of the league's most high-powered offenses. If you're looking for a player who gives you steady production and reliable minutes every single week, Josh Okogie needs to be on your roster 100%. These are going to be my targeted pickups for this week, and I really believe every one of these guys, these are going to be my targeted pickups for this week, and I really believe that every single one of these guys are lined up for a big run this week. They have great matchups, expanded roles, and plenty of opportunity to help you win your matchup. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to check out this video linked right here. I go over the players that you need to have on your fantasy roster moving forward. Do not forget to subscribe so you're always one step ahead of your league, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.